Now, I don't know if this is going to be a long video or not, but since we're going to be talking about guys, then it most probably will be. So I've had quite a number of friends ask me, quite a number of female friends ask me, why do guys cheat? And if you think about it, the answer's pretty simple. I don't know if you can tell behind me that it's a really hot day today. I'd even go as far as saying that this is egg cooking weather today. So this is a sample of what it's going to look like if I vlog in the sunlight. And of course, this is what I'm going to look like if I vlog with the sunlight directly behind me. Okay, so let's try to do this one more time and see if we can get the settings right for the light, the sunlight that's directly behind me, and if everything else is in focus. So I tried vlogging outside the house earlier this morning, and it was just so hot. The weather was, well, not unusually hot, but I guess you could say it was too hot to vlog outside. So yeah, I cut out the vlog, and then I'm continuing right now. It's actually 9:30 at night on March 9. So I'm gonna try to see if I can continue to vlog tonight or like right now. Now, I'm no expert when it comes to relationships, so let me just get this out there. Personally, I think a fair number of men and women have the opportunity to cheat and have equally cheated on their partners. Oh no! The only difference is you don't really hear as much about it from the side of the guys or from a guy's perspective, because guys have really huge overinflated egos, and we don't really like to talk about the fact that we've been cheated on because it's a huge blow to our ego. Hey! So first things first, why do guys cheat? Men are visual creatures. You titillate their visual senses and you have them on a leash. I'm pretty sure a lot of women out there can attest to the fact that their boyfriends, your husbands, mistresses are probably 20-something-year-old Barbie lookalikes, right? If not, they're really young, really sexy, really slim, with all the perfect proportions of assets, if not as close to the perfect set of vital statistics, which is probably around 36, 24, or 34, something like that. Guys don't really take no for an answer very well. So, if you tell a guy, no, you can't go out with your friends, chances are he's not going to follow your orders, and he's still going to go out with his friends, and he's going to lie about it. He's not going to tell you where he is. He's probably going to pretend that he's asleep, and so he couldn't answer the call. The chances are he's out with his friends. Now, why is this so? Well, if a guy is stressed, they don't really know how to deal with the stress. They don't really know how to deal with emotions, so what they would rather do is look for a distraction, and one of those distractions is actually going out with friends and drinking. The scary thing about telling your partner that he can't go out, and he still does, despite the fact that you already prohibited him from going out, is that the next time that happens, the next time that he feels stressed and he wants to go out and take a break from the stress, he's not going to be more inclined to ask your permission anymore, because he's already anticipating the fact that you're still going to say no the second time around. The sad thing about that is that he's going to continue withholding information from you every time he goes out with his friends. And it's going to be a vicious cycle that keeps him going on and going on and going on until such a time that he's going to meet somebody new in one of his drinking sessions. And because he already started by withholding information from you, information such as letting you know where he is or who he's out with, that's when the cheating is most likely going to start. Especially if he's going to meet somebody who's interesting enough, who's visually stimulating enough, and is easy to get along with. Basically, that he's going to meet a girl who reminds him of you when you guys first met. Aww. Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't really a prelude, well, it is kind of a prelude to cheating, but it's not like he's planning on cheating on you just yet. Have you ever felt the constant need to remind your guy of his past mistakes every time he commits a new one, in an effort to remind him that he shouldn't be repeating that same mistake? Well, guess what? Every time you try to remind your guy of his past mistakes by bringing it up again every time he commits a new one, it's not really going to register. I know females mean well, and you're probably going to tell me that, hey, it's my way of telling him that I love him by reminding him that he shouldn't be committing the same mistakes over and over again. Well, for guys, we kind of look at it from a different perspective. We kind of look at it as a constant nagging on the part of our female partners, or on the part of women at least, and it makes us feel inadequate and not good enough for you. Let's look at it this way. Do you really want to be reminded of your past mistakes every time you commit a new one? Really? A constant reminder of the past mistakes is only going to stress him out even further. And guess who's he going to run to every time he's stressed out? Or guess what he's going to be doing every time he's stressed out? Stop comparing. Guys are highly competitive creatures, and we don't like it if we're being compared to other guys, especially your exes. Most especially when we are on the losing end of the comparison. Guys most especially don't like it when women start to nag. Nagging is primarily a communication killer. The minute that women start to nag, guys basically go on autopilot mode or in zombie mode, and we just nod in agreement just to basically shut you up. Guys really just want to live in peace. So once you start nagging guys, they're just going to be nodding in agreement, but their minds are going to be somewhere else. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you shouldn't correct your guys and just let them be. What I'm trying to say is that women need to figure out a different approach when it comes to correcting their guys. Because women have been trying the same approach every single time for centuries on end. And what does it do? It doesn't really do anything, right? And let's all learn from our past mistakes, because those who fail to learn the lessons of the past are bound to repeat history over and over and over again. If you think about it, there's really a common denominator when it comes to dealing with guys. Just don't stress them out, be visually stimulating or stimulate their visual senses as much as you can, and you keep guys on a short leash. Guys are very simple creatures. We don't want a lot of stress because we deal with them on a daily basis, and that's the last thing that we expect from our partners. Now, if and when we start feeling stressed out by our relationships, we have this tendency to shut down or shut out our partners and just breeze through the relationship as if we're on autopilot mode. And the only time we're going to be having fun in a relationship, apparently, is when we're not in the relationship or when we're going out with friends. Hence, you will see a lot of guys going out with their friends, drinking with their friends, and trying to take a break from all the stresses of life and having to deal with the stressful relationship. And that's basically the prelude to cheating, because it's during one of these drinking sessions that we're going to have with our buddies that we're most likely going to meet somebody else, probably a woman that's visually stimulating, that's intelligent, charming, easy to get along with, basically somebody who reminds us of our partners back in the day when we first met. And guess what? Of course, we're not going to be telling you about the girl that we just met, because if you think about it, we didn't even tell you that we're going out with our friends. And that's how all these cheating start.